Hello everyone, welcome to Chemazon-Complete Chemistry. So in our today's video, we are going to learn what is the meaning of a functional group, what is the actual use of a functional group in organic chemistry, and these are some of the functional groups that we are going to see in this video. So before understanding the different types of functional groups, let us first try to understand what is the meaning of functional group. So what is a functional group? Functional group is it can be a single atom. Like for example, we study halogens, right? So it can be fluorine atom, chlorine atom, bromine atom, or iodine atom. So it can be a single atom or it can be a group of atoms like for example carboxylic acid. Now carboxylic acid functional group is C double bond O OH. So it is a group of how many atoms? Carbon, two oxygens and one hydrogen. So a functional group can be a single atom or it can be a group of atoms that show similar chemical properties. It means wherever these one particular class of functional group is present, they will show same chemical properties whenever they are present in different compounds. For example, suppose an alcoholic functional group is present in this molecule, this is called as methanol, or it is present in another molecule like ethanol. So both these compounds will show similar properties because the functional group that is OH is same in both the compounds. That means the family or class of functional group is same. That is the meaning of that they show similar chemical properties when they are present in two or more different compounds. Okay, and what is the another aspect that it also defines the physical and chemical properties of a particular class of compounds. Okay, for example, if an OH group is present, then it will show the properties of which group it is. It will show the properties of alcohols. Or if the group functional group present is COOH, then it will show the properties of a carboxylic acid. Okay, so what is the role of a functional group? Whenever it is present in a particular compound or molecule, it helps us to understand and define the property or its reactivity, how it reacts whenever a chemical reaction takes place. So now let us see the some of the basic functional groups. So we start from hydrocarbons, that is compounds containing carbon and hydrogen. Okay, so this is carbon-carbon single bond. Carbon-carbon single bond is what? It is called as alkane. Next is we talk about carbon-carbon double bond. It is called as alkene. Okay, next is carbon-carbon triple bond. This is called as alkyne. Another variation of carbon-carbon double bond, whenever it is present in this compound, this is called as benzene, and it is called as aromatic compound, or it is also called as arene. Okay, it is an aromatic compound or arene. This is which compound? This is called as benzene. This is benzene. Okay, so these are the compounds that contain only carbon and hydrogen. So these are called as hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons means the compounds containing hydro means hydrogen, carbon means the carbon. That means only two elements are present. That is why these are also called as hydrocarbons. Now this is H2O. We know it is what? It is water. Okay, and these two functional groups are what? They are derivatives of water. If I replace one hydrogen with an R group, R can be what? R can be alkyl group. What is the meaning of alkyl group? Alkyl group means CH3, CH2, CH3. Okay, aliphatic group, or it can be an aromatic group, that is aryl. Aryl means it can be a benzene ring. Okay, benzene ring or derivatives of benzene, that is called as aryl. Okay, so if I replace one hydrogen with R group, then it is called as OH. Okay, this OH is called as alcohol. Okay, next is if I replace both the hydrogen of water with R group, then this is called as ether. Okay, now what we are saying is uh, these are the derivatives of ammonia. What is ammonia? Ammonia is NH3. If I remove one hydrogen of ammonia and if I add R group, I will get RNH2. Okay, this is called as 1 degree or it is called as primary amine. Okay, and if I replace one more H from RNH2, then it will become R2NH. That is called as secondary amine. If I replace all the three hydrogens of ammonia, and if I write R3N, this is called as tertiary amine. Okay, so these are the next class of compounds. R2NH we saw just now, it is a secondary amine. What is R3N? R3N is tertiary amine or 3-degree amine. And if in any compound, if this R C double bond O NH at this compound is present, this is called as imine. Okay, double bond NH is called as imine function group. Okay, and if double bond N OH is present in any compound, okay, this is called as oxime. Okay, double bond NOH is called as oxime. And just like ROH is, we call it as alcohol. For sulfur, you have to remember, we use a prefix called as thio. Okay, so RSH is called as what? It is called as thiol. Okay, similarly, this was ether, right? ROR dash was ether. So this is called as, here instead of oxygen, sulfur is present. So we call this as thioether, or it is also called as sulfide function group. For example, if I have this functional group CH3SCH3, this is called as, these are two methyl groups. So this is called as dimethyl sulfide. This is a very good solvent. This is used as a solvent, dimethyl sulfide. Okay, Rx. What is Rx? Rx is alkyl halide. Okay, what is the meaning of halide? What is X here? X is, it can be any of the halogen or group 17 elements, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. What is RCN? Now you have to remember CN. What is the structure of this? C triple bond N. If you consider CN, then it is called as cyanide. Okay, if you see only triple bond N, then this part is called as nitrile. Okay, so RCN can be called as, either it can be called as cyanide if we consider CN, or it can also be called as nitrile if we see only the triple bond N part. Okay, so cyanide or nitrile when the alkyl group is directly attached to carbon. Now, if I switch the positions, if the nitrogen is directly attached to the alkyl group, then we call it as isocyanide. Okay, so now let us see the next class of compounds. Now these are called as what? These are called as carbonyl compounds. What is the meaning of a carbonyl compound? Carbonyl compounds are compounds having a carbonyl group. What is a carbonyl group? Carbon along with oxygen, and oxygen has how many lone pairs? Two lone pairs. So this is called as what? This is called as a carbonyl group. So all the functional groups where C double bond O, this functional group, this group is present, those are called as carbonyl compounds. This is what? This is a carbonyl group. Okay, so simplest is when we add hydrogens on both the sides, then this is called as, this is the simplest aldehyde. Okay, RC double bond OH. This is sometimes also written as RCHO. This is called as aldehydic function. Okay, and this is what? This is the formaldehyde or simplest aldehyde. Okay, now instead of both the hydrogens, if I replace it by R groups, then it is called as ketone. After ketone, if I replace the R group with OH, that is C double bond OOH or COOH, it is written as COOH, or you don't have to get confused. In some books, they also write it as CO2H. Okay, this is called as carboxylic acid. This is called as carboxylic acid. Then this is what? Which functional group? Instead of H, we have here R group. This is called as ester. How do you get an ester? It is a very, very important reaction that you have to remember. We get ester by reaction of, this is what we saw just now. It is alcohol plus, if I react, carboxylic acid. H, okay, RCOOH. This is what? This is carboxylic acid. Okay, when we react alcohol and carboxylic acid, what do we get? We get ester functional group. This is what ester. And what is this reaction called as? This reaction is called as esterification. This reaction is called as esterification reaction. Okay, this is a reversible reaction. If the forward reaction is esterification, then the reverse reaction, we can react ester with H3O plus, that is we can do acid or base hydrolysis. Okay, we basically do hydrolysis to form the carboxylic acid and alcohol back. Okay, so this was ester. Now, next is if I take one carboxylic acid like this, plus I take another molecule of carboxylic acid and I heat them. Whenever I heat, there will be loss of small molecules like water or HCl. So here, water will be lost, and what we will get? We will get a anhydride. Okay, R C double bond O, O C double bond O R. This functional group is called as acid anhydride. This is called as acid anhydride. Anhydride means water is removed from acid molecules, two molecules combining and losing water to form acid anhydride. Okay, this is which functional group? This is amide. Now, this is very important. You have to remember, you don't have to get confused between amine and, okay, NH2 is amine. Okay, you don't have to get confused between amine and RC double bond O NH2. CONH2 is called as amide. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Only NH2, it is amine, and if it is C double bond O NH2, then it is called as amide. Okay, D. Here it is N. Okay, so these are some more functional groups. Okay, RCOX. This is called as acid halide. Okay, X is what? X is again, it can be any halogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or iodine. Okay, now this functional group where two double bonds are next to each other, that is present on carbon 1 and 2, this we had already seen. This functional group is called as what? It is called as alene. Okay, if it is 2 carbon, then it is called as alene. If it is greater than 2, like this, then if it is more than 2, then it is called as cumulene. Okay, and what is the name of this functional group? C double bond C double bond O. This is called as, see, this is an alkene functional group, and this we saw it is a ketone. Ketone plus alkene, this is called as what? This is called as ketene functional group. Okay, and this is what? This is also sometimes written as RNCO. This is called as isocyanate. Again, you have to be very careful. RNC, this is isocyanide. Okay, both are different. This is cyanide and this is cyanate. Okay, so both are different. You don't have to get confused. And this is the last one that we are discussing in this video. This is also written as, sometimes written as RN3. This is what? This is a azide functional group. N3 minus, this is what? This is an azide functional group. If I want to write down the structure of azide, it will be Rn double bond N, positive double bond N. Here there are 3 lone pair, negative. So here we come to the end of today's video. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.